There is no more incredible man on this earth.
Welcome to Dance Mogul Magazine. Can you introduce yourself to our audience, please?
Sure, my name is Ryan Wagner. My dancing name is Napalm, so I'm a b-boy, I break.
Okay.
And I represent the Philadelphia b-boy scene. I'm from Bensalem in Pennsylvania, which is like 20 minutes outside of Center City, Philadelphia. And I own a business in that area. It's Ryan Wagner's Martial Arts and Fitness. So I've been doing martial arts for 22 years, been a business owner for 5 years. And martial arts is pretty much what led me into dancing. At 13 years old, I started teaching at a very young age. And one night after I was done teaching, one of my instructors was goofing around and doing some popping moves. And I asked him if he could, if he ever did any break dancing, if he did any b-boying. And he showed me a move, and then from there, I just took it. So here we are 16 years later, and considered one of the top b-boys in America or in the Philly scene. And
Wow.
it's pretty cool.
So, when did you first discover your passion for dancing?
It was, as a kid, I feel like there is footage of me, you have your old VHS tapes.
Yeah.
There is footage of me goofing around and dancing and whatnot, but nothing I ever really took serious until b-boying swept me off my feet at 13 years old. And, to go along with that as well and to talk about the love for it, my instructor, not in a negative way, but he always saw the tremendous potential in me as a martial arts teacher. He often told me, like, Ryan, you gotta stop going to these events and stuff. Like, you need to put your time into your martial arts teaching because you can make a lot of money at this. But I'm so in love with dance that I said, I'm gonna make them both work. And yet again, here we are 16 years later, and I've made them both work. My school operates right now, and I'm not even there. And I'm able to be here at a dance event.
So how do you combine the disciplines? Because I know in martial arts you have to be very disciplined and conditioned physically.
Sure.
And also with b-boying, you have to be disciplined and conditioned in order to execute the movement. And how do you balance the two?
Pretty much everything you said there is how you balance it. It's discipline. In martial arts, Bruce Lee has a quote, I fear not the man that does 10,000 kicks once, I fear the man that does one kick 10,000 times. And that's a great quote because, anyone can do a bajillion things one time, be okay or not okay, but somebody that commits to one thing and is willing to do it over and over and over again is going to be a master. So in martial arts, we have that concept, and we just train on one move. Or, maybe one day it's one move the entire day, the next day it's another move the entire day, but you stay focused until you master it. And I've really just taken that patience and that idea and just put it into my dance. So my dance has really helped my martial arts, and my martial arts has really helped my dancing. And one big way I'd like to say that the dancing has helped my martial arts. Martial arts is known for making people very confident, and it's definitely done that for me. But nothing has made me more confident than getting into, especially being a white guy, 13, 14 years old, and 16, 17 years ago when I first started dancing, the breaking scene wasn't as, I would say nowadays probably the biggest population in the b-boy scene is probably Asian.
Yeah.
But when I started it was African American, it was Spanish.
Yeah.
So that's a little scary for the young little tiny white guys to jump in those circles. So, oh my goodness, did dancing make me more confident? And that has truly gone into my martial arts.
Yeah.
So they both have really, hand in hand, and just, discipline in both is a beautiful thing. But I would say that, gaining the discipline from martial arts truly helped my dance.
Okay, so thank you. So now this weekend, what was your experience like this weekend?
Well, I had the opportunity a year ago when this event first happened. I did the 3-on-3 competition. We ended up taking second place.
Okay.
So this year, my crew decided we were not going to enter. So I was offered an opportunity to be one of the preliminary judges. So just to do prelims, and then during the main battles, they cut down from 15 judges to 7 main judges. So during that time, I get to sit back, chill, and just enjoy the battles. But yeah, to be able to sit, up front and analyze the b-boys that are in this competition is, it's a little bit,
Intense.
it's intense, maybe even scary, because you want to make the proper and the best possible decisions. And I'm definitely good at that when it comes to being a judge. I judge many jams, but you want to make really, really, really good decisions.
What are some of the things you're looking for?
Well, as far as, let's stay on point with that one question, because I know I can tree bridge,
Okay.
and then I'll jump to that one. The event went beautiful yesterday, so I'm
Okay.
very excited about today. It came together well, it was smooth. The best b-boys in the entire world are here.
Okay.
So you can't have a better competition. So it was phenomenal, I was really proud. And then to move on to the next question, what do I look for in particular? Well, breaking doesn't really have a system for judging. Whereas, in martial arts tournaments, typically, in your association that you're with in martial arts, they're going to certify you to be a judge. They're going to teach you how to judge. But breaking, and this is an art form, so
Free
I'm not.
form.
Yeah,
Free.
so I'm
Free.
not talking against what we
Specific
do.
rules, yeah.
It's very
More free.
It's more free. It's art, and with that comes a little bit more of subjective
Yeah.
opinions
Yeah.
when it comes to you might like this style,
Yes.
but I love this style.
Yes.
And now we don't have a common thing that we're judging off of.
Yeah.
But I think even if you do love something different than I love in breaking, if the idea isn't necessarily just to judge what you like, but we look at it more from like an execution standpoint or musicality standpoint, then it doesn't matter if the person's doing power moves or footwork or top rock. If they're going with the music and they're executing and they're doing their art, then it almost shouldn't be subjective.
Yeah.
It shouldn't matter. So I'm looking for that. I want to see that wholeness. There's some guys out there yesterday that really just focus on power moves, and a lot of people consider me like a power move guy. Over the years, I've kind of evolved into everything, but it's harder for the guys that just do power moves to simply win, because all they're doing is one aspect. So I'm looking for a wholeness. I want to see someone that's complete. They can do top rock and footwork, and they can do their freezes, and they can do power moves, and they can put it together well. They can express themselves and bring out their character. And that's a big thing that we're seeing with the younger generation nowadays is you see them trying to follow a formula to win the event, but not bring their character.
Individuality.
Their individuality.
I saw a lot of women kind of bring a uniqueness to the table.
Yes.
It's sort of like they don't lose who they are as women. They're women, and they bring that to the dance.
Yes.
A lot of uniqueness. So I know exactly what you're talking about in terms of individuality and just the uniqueness of the individual themselves. Okay, so with that in mind, I wanted to just go back to your business. If someone was interested in coming to your martial arts school,
Sure.
how could they find you?
Awesome. Well, we definitely have a website, martialarts4bensalem.com. So martialarts4bensalem.com. And yeah, they can find us right on there. It's going to have all the information, and I do love to dance as well, and if I'm good at it, I should teach it. So we
Sure.
do even have breaking classes there.
Oh, wow, okay.
Mainly a martial arts school, but we also teach breaking.
Okay, that's great. And one final question. Is there anyone that you want to thank that maybe helped you along your way?
Supportive parents is a beautiful thing, so definitely want to thank my parents. And my best friends in the entire world are dancers. So to be able to come up and create brothers with the guys you start dancing with that influence you and inspire you all the time is like the greatest thing in the world. So I want to thank my crew as well. Wax and Lines is a
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for your
Thank
time.
you.
I appreciate you.